The shadows in Port Charles have never felt this suffocating, wrapping around the throats of the innocent and the guilty alike as the momentum violently shifts, leaving everyone staring down the barrel of impossible, life-altering choices. Okay, so I've been thinking about this and my brain is just completely melted. It's 3 a.m. and I literally cannot sleep because of what is happening on this show right now. Like, I keep replaying these scenes in my head and going down these massive rabbit holes about character motivations, and I'm trying to organize my thoughts, but it's just a lot. Here's what's bugging me. Actually, no. First, I should mention the whole Drew and Willow situation because that is the absolute epicenter of the insanity right now. I mean, think about it. Really think about it. Drew Kane survives Nina, pushing his wheelchair into the Quartermain Lake. Gio saves him, which is a whole other thing, but Drew doesn't go to the hospital. He goes home. He walks into that darkened Kane house, soaking wet, and confronts Willow. And what does he do? He doesn't call Dante. He doesn't call Chase. He doesn't go to the PCPD to press charges for her literally paralyzing him and keeping him locked in his own body for months. Why? Because going to the cops is too clean. It's too easy. Wait, let me back up. Willow thought she had an escape plan. She thought the nightmare was over. She thought Nina and Jack Brennan had secured the black box to blackmail Drew into silence. But the box was stolen, so she has nothing. And Drew knows she has nothing. I keep going back and forth on whether Drew is a genius or just a complete psychopath. I mean, not exactly a psychopath, but kind of. He is initiating the psychological game that is so deeply twisted. I actually got chills watching it. He is appearing like a literal ghost in the shadows of their house. He whispers these terrifying threats to her, keeping her in a state of absolute paralyzing panic. It's weird. Like, really weird. The whole thing is just weird, but in a brilliant narrative way. Drew wants Willow to experience the exact same horror he did. He was trapped inside a paralyzed body, unable to scream, unable to move, while she controlled his entire existence. So now he is trapping her inside her own mind. He wants her jumping at every creak of the floorboards. He wants her looking over her shoulder every single second of the day. He wants her to feel completely imprisoned while technically being free. It's poetic justice, I guess? Or maybe not. I don't know. It's just cruel. But she deserves it? Okay, I know I just said it was cruel, but hear me out. She drugged him with Jen Sidwell's paralytics. She deserves to be terrified. Willow is finally realizing that death, or even prison, would be a mercy compared to the slow, agonizing revenge Drew is enacting to dismantle her life piece by piece. But then again, that doesn't explain why Drew is acting the way he is with Scout. What was I saying? Oh, right, Alexis. Drew goes over to Alexis Davis's house to assert his dominance and take control of Scout. And Alexis, who is already so fiercely protective of her grandchildren, especially since Sam is gone, which still breaks my heart to even think about, is absolutely not having it. Alexis sees right through Drew's composed facade. She sees the control freak underneath. Their confrontation was fiery. Like, explosive tension. Alexis tries to set boundaries, and Drew immediately takes it as a lethal threat. He is using Scout as a pawn to prove he has his power back, and it's infuriating Alexis to her core. I think it was episode 12, or maybe 13 this month. Somewhere around there where you could just see the unhinged look in Drew's eyes. Probably doesn't matter, but I noticed he slightly tilted his head when Alexis yelled at him, exactly like Cesar Faison used to. Wait, is Drew channeling Faison? No, that's crazy. But maybe? Anyway, speaking of Faison and absolute insanity, I need to talk about Anna Devane. Okay, wait, let me take a breath because the Anna storyline is giving me severe anxiety. Finola Hughes is acting her absolute heart out, but the logic of what is happening is so messy and brilliant. Anna is back in Port Charles. She's supposed to be the police commissioner again, taking the reins back from Dante. But her mind is completely fractured from the 9 months of captivity, gaslighting, and chemical torture she endured at Windermere. And the manifestation of that trauma, Peter August. Peter is dead. Felicia killed him with a tire iron years ago. We know this. But Anna is hallucinating him, and he is acting as this dark, venomous voice in her head. And it's not just passive hallucination. Peter is actively, aggressively urging her to kill Valentine Cassidy. He keeps telling her that Valentine is a distraction, that Valentine needs to pay for what she suffered, that she needs to embrace her revenge. And Anna is listening. She is actually listening to a ghost. There was this scene at her apartment that literally had me screaming at my television. Valentine comes over. He's just trying to deliver a message about Jocelyn, who's recovering from her gunshot wound and dealing with her own WSB drama. Valentine is standing there, completely unaware that the woman he loves, or loved, it's complicated since he's with Carly now, is losing her grip on reality. And Anna has a gun. She actually almost pulled the trigger. She almost shot Valentine Cassadine point blank in her living room. I mean, imagine the fallout if Anna, the legendary WSB hero, the moral compass of the PCPD, murdered Valentine because a hallucination of her evil nephew told her to. It's terrifying because you can see her 1,985 DVX roots clawing their way back to the... She is fighting this massive internal war between her core detective instincts and the ghostly manipulation of Peter. If nobody realizes how mentally compromised she is right now, she is going to become the exact kind of cold-blooded killer she has spent her entire life hunting. She is a danger to everyone around her. I keep wondering if Jack Brennan notices it, since he's working closely with her on the column cover-up. But Brennan is so busy lying to her face about Rocco being the shooter that he probably isn't paying attention to her psychological... Actually, no. Brennan has to know something is off. But then again, maybe he doesn't care, as long as she stays away from the truth about the Pier shooting. It's also intertwined. Every single character is keeping a secret that could destroy someone else. Which brings me to Trina. Sweet, beautiful, talented Trina Robinson who just cannot catch a break. What was the point I was trying to make? Oh, right. The stalker. So, Trina and Gio Palmieri just signed this amazing record deal. They had that huge music showcase. Trina has been actively ignoring the toxic drama between Portia and Curtis, which, by the way, is a whole other mess with Isaiah suing Curtis and Curtis hiring Alexis to focus on her art. She just wants to sing. She just wants to be a big sister to baby Desmond and live her life. But no, the writers can't let Trina be happy. We all thought the stalker was Simon, that sleazy music producer who wanted to split her and Gio up. It made sense, right? It's the classic Link Brown playbook. But no, wait, it's not Simon. It's Quinn. Kai Taylor's former friend. The guy who popped back up out of nowhere, claiming he wanted to make amends. I knew there was something off about Quinn. I noticed the way he was staring at her from across the room a few episodes. It was this unhinged, obsessive glare. And now, he is completely escalated. He is a full-blown, psychotic stalker. He is following Trina everywhere. From the recording studio, through the streets of Port Charles, all the way to her front door. And the gifts? Oh my god. The gifts are so creepy. He's leaving these bizarre, unsettling presents and these deeply obsessive messages about their future together. It's suffocating her. Trina is trying to prep for this massive music showcase with Gio, which is supposed to be the launching pad for their entire career, but she can't even breathe. She is constantly looking over her shoulder. It's actually a really fascinating parallel to what Willow is going through with Drew. Both women are being psychologically terrorized, forced to live in a state of constant paranoia. Though obviously, Willow brought it on herself by drugging Drew, whereas Trina is a completely innocent victim of a madman. Anyway, the point is... Wait, what was the point? Oh, the brawl. So Kai finally figures out the truth. He realizes his old buddy Quinn is the one terrorizing Trina. And Kai just loses it. He confronts Quinn, and it turns into this massive, violent brawl. Fists flying, equipment getting smashed, and it happens right as Trina's career is supposed to be taking off. The physical altercation threatens to completely derail the music showcase and ruin the record deal they worked so hard. Trina is standing there, watching this violence unfold because of her, and she has this heartbreaking realization. She realizes that fame, even just the very beginning of it, comes with a terrifying, heavy price. She wanted to share her voice with the world, but by stepping into the spotlight, she made herself a target for... It's so tragic. Like, basically, she can't win. If she hides, she loses her dream. If she sings, she attracts monsters like Quinn. I just keep thinking about how all these storylines are converging on the theme of mental imprisonment. Drew is trapping Willow in a prison of fear. Peter is trapping Anna in a prison of hallucinations and past trauma. Quinn is trapping Trina in a prison of paranoia and stalking. It's all so dark. Like really, really dark for a summer sweeps period. Usually we get pool parties and light romance, but right now Port Charles feels like a psychological thriller. I mean, is Anna actually going to pull the trigger eventually? If Valentine keeps pushing her, or if he accidentally triggers a memory of Faison, Peter might finally win. And what happens to Trina now? Even with Kai fighting Quinn, stalkers don't just walk away after a fistfight. Quinn is going to escalate. He's going to do something drastic. I can feel it. And Willow. Willow is going to crack. Drew is going to push her until she absolutely shatters into a million pieces. Okay, I know I'm rambling and I'm probably contradicting myself on half these theories, but you have to admit, the writing right now is insanely gripping. It's messy, yeah. There are plot holes. Like, how did Drew walk all the way from the Quartermain Lake to the Kane house without anyone calling an ambulance? Whatever. I don't care. The tension is too good. I am so invested in these impossible choices. Will Anna choose her badge or her vengeance? Will Willow choose to confess or lose her mind? Will Trina choose her safety or her stardom? I need answers, and I need them yesterday. Will the shadows consume Port Charles, or can these fractured souls find the light before it's too late? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and join the madness.